うん、いつも流してるよ。
今日どういうやつやるの？
ん
何やるの
どういうこと？
今日？ゲームじゃないんでし
うん、ゲームじゃない。でもリアクションビデオを見る。
ょ？何のリアクションビデ
だから前回はできなかったやつでしょ。アンデルテアのやつ約束したじゃん。何回も何回も見て見てって言われて見えなかった時間なくて、で俺言ったのは最初それリアクションしてあげるって言ったじゃん。あれガストは超怒ってたじゃん、見なくて。
オ？なんか確かに怒ってた人いたね。
うん、うん。ありがとう。消したと思ったら。Good evening or good morning or whatever time it is for you guys, everyone. I know you already heard me talking for a little bit over here. I had the opposite problem where I had my mic on before things got started. Thanks for that, for letting me know, Dan. So, how is everyone doing tonight? Thank you for being here. I like to smooth talk the like buttons, take it out, show it a good time, and maybe move on to smashing. Works for me. You do whatever you like with that like button. A guy I know he's got a small YouTube channel. I can't remember his name. He does like weird reviews, like joke reviews, like reviews of procrastination and stuff like that. And he did like a really funny animated short about the life of the like button on YouTube. It was pretty funny. What is his name again? Torzel, I think his name. Torzel. Anyway, how's it going, everyone? Tonight is not an Undertale stream because we finished Undertale last week. But I did promise that I'd be reacting to the Sans fight. Now, the reason I'm not doing a game tonight is because tomorrow around 1 p.m., I'm going in to take a test for to get my driver's license in Japan. I haven't bothered up until now because I don't really need it here in Nagano. Like, it's very flat in the city. Like, there's mountains all around it, but the valley is pretty flat, so you can literally bike anywhere. And I don't mind biking like 10, 11 kilometers to get where I need to go. That's fine with me. It doesn't bother me at all. Generally speaking, there's a lot of traffic in Nagano, so it's kind of faster to just take your bike. It is kind of a pain in the neck if you want to go to the mountains hiking or go snowboarding or whatever. But, you know, yeah, anyway. But for my new job that I got recently, and I'm starting very soon, next week probably, and possibly end of this week, I am required to have a driver's license. So I have to go in and take the paper test tomorrow, which the paper tests are like stupid easy. We'll do some practice tests together and see what that's like. But I do need to review like what the signs mean and stuff in Japan. Maybe watch a quick video that's not the course I'm going to, but it's similar. And yeah, see if I can get it. I imagine I will fail because apparently at least like 75% of people fail their first few times. So, you know, whatever. It's fine. The paper test should be fine. The practical, I have no idea what I'm getting into, and I have no way of getting a hold of a map of the course that I'm supposed to be driving. You apparently have to memorize it. It's a closed course, but you have to memorize the path. Sometimes the not instructors, but like the proctors, the test proctors, they won't even tell you where you need to turn and stuff. You just have to have it memorized, which, I don't know. It's basically ritualistic. It's like a ritual. It's not really a driving skill test. But anyway, we have to go over a little bit of that tonight, and then we'll have dessert with Yuki and call it a night early, because I haven't been able to sleep much lately, and I need to get some sleep tonight, and I've got a little bit more editing to do maybe before bed. But anyway, stupid easy. We'll see about that. Wait, what? I had a bike wreck 2 weeks ago, scoffed up my elbow. My knee and sprocket dug into the back of my leg. It's almost fully hit. Ouch, that's rough. The paper test was a joke. It was super easy. Yeah, it's 10 questions, the paper test. 10 questions, poorly translated. And most of them are just common sense. Man, Malta, are you okay? That sounds painful. But yeah, most of them are just common sense. So the hardest part apparently is just that they're poor translation, so it can sort of trip you up a little bit. But you'll see what I'm talking about. I'll do 3 practice tests a little bit later to give you an idea. But before we get started with all of that, I just want to say good evening to Walter Ditto, my trusty mod Come to Japan Dan, Runway Incursion, the Gastro Traveler, and Sophia's Animation Studio. Thank you for being here tonight. It's going to be a little bit different from what I normally do, but should be interesting. I just watched your adjective video, and you're doing practical exams in Japanese. I feel we are diametric opposites regarding the language. Thank you. Yeah, Andy calls it already the paper joke word. I pulled an all-nighter, so Andy, I know how you feel. Ugh. I haven't really pulled a real all-nighter in many, many years. I used to do it a lot in college, but I don't really do that anymore. I guess I've stayed out until the early hours of the morning, but not in a couple of years, I feel like. I guess when Patrick's brothers came to visit, we were out until about 5 in the morning at karaoke. But anyway, I failed my first driving test in Japan, aced it the second time. Yeah, I feel like that's what's going to happen to me too. I'll probably fail it the first time, but that'll get me an idea of what the course actually is so I can get used to it. And then I can pass it my second time. I'm not really in a rush. I mean, it's June, so it's not that hot. I can bike to the schools I'm going to. The only problem is some of the schools I need a lot of extra stuff. So like, I'm gonna need a better backpack, I think. I've just got the backpack for my laptop. So anyway, the first thing that I promised to do today was react to the Sans fight from Undertale, but Gast isn't here tonight, so I'm gonna wait, and I'll do that on a break, because he's the one that wanted me to watch that. He or she, I don't actually know. And I don't want to do it without them here, because they're the only ones that were really set on me watching that. So let's go ahead and jump over to my browser and let's see how this is going to work. I don't know. I don't have my second monitor. So, oh, I see. This is using a window capture. I don't know if that's what we want. This is my trusty to-do list. I think I had a driving test something or other in here. I definitely, all the way down at the bottom of my bookmarks, I had a driving test folder made. There it is. Let's open it in a new. Oh, I have to scroll all the way down. I have way too many bookmarks from like 10 years of using Google Chrome. I definitely need to go through and trim those. There's probably some embarrassing ones. I don't really need that. Transfer your license. I don't really need. Well, we'll look at that one anyway. Anyway, so there's a video on YouTube that I've been wanting to watch. I haven't actually watched it yet. It's a course that's near here. It's not Shiojiri Driving Center. Let's do that. Oh, here it is. This is the course. So this is what I'm gonna have to do, but it's not the one near me. I don't think there's one near me at least. YouTube. Shinonoi Driving Center. Oh, Shinonoi Test Drive. That's definitely not it. Makuhari. That's definitely not it. And that's definitely not it. Okay, so we're just gonna go. Let's take a look at this. See what this is all about. Oh, lovely video. When is this? 2010. I doubt it's changed at all from 2010. Also, I don't work. I have a feeling it hasn't changed at all. So this is a lovely angle. You can see the nice tilt on the screen that gives you, a perfect angle, so you can see all the way down the road. It's excellent filming. We've got what's the aspect ratio here? Like 2:2. Wonderful filming. I imagine that this is done by the driving center owners. Absolutely lovely. Should be extremely helpful. Sophia Animation Studio says, imagine this a photo book with a pic of me with my iPad reading Baby's First All-Nighter. Also, I don't work. I am a child. I wish I was a child. Life would be so much easier. I wouldn't have to take a driving test. Well, everyone deserves praise. Word. I was able to walk the course before the test. Make sure to find out if you can. So I thought that I could, and most places say that you can, but my friend, a friend of mine, the guy who took my job when at the kindergarten, he went and did his driving test today, or went to try and take it, and he went there earlier and they were closed. They didn't let him walk it. And he was there, he had to do like an hour-long interview about like how many questions were on the test when he took it as a kid, how many he got correct, how long he spent in driving school, stupid stuff like that. And then he went through all that. He was there for like 3 hours. And then when he finally showed him his passport, it was a new passport. So he couldn't prove that he had driven for a total of 3 months in his home country. So they wouldn't let him take the test. Awesome. All right, so let's see. This is similar. Oh no, I saw a map of this course somewhere. That's why it's similar to what I saw. I think the one in Nagano City is way more complicated than this. There's a lot more going on. There's like hills and shit. So there's the car, the little dot over there. There's 2 pixels going around the screen. We've got high resolution camera right here. Wonderful, wonderful. Let's see if we can make this bigger. Theater mode it up. Oh yeah. There goes the car. There's a golfing center over here. Oh, he's coming to a nice stop. Did he look both ways? I don't know. I imagine you have to stop here. He didn't stop. This guy's not going to pass the test. He didn't stop at all. He just California rolled. サインがないけど止まらなきゃいけないんじゃない？サインがないと止まらないの？Yuki says if there's no sign, you don't have to stop. That sounds like bullshit. He didn't stop. サインがないと続くんだ。こういうところでも？
そう、ゆっくり行っていいの。止まらない。
Well, that's a good thing Yuki's watching this with me, because she said if there's no sign, you can just slowly continue. I would have freaking come to a full stop there, counted to 3 seconds, and then kept going. Look how careful this person's being. All right, now he's going to stop at the line. No, he's not. He's not going to stop at all. Okay.
あるから多分。
Majika. If I stop at all of them, am I gonna get in trouble? I kind of want to stop at all of them. Yeah, I had to interview as well. It was long and dumb. I just spent like 5 hours there. 止まるんだね。はい。Yeah, ooh, look at that nice gimbal smooth readjustment of the camera. Sexy. All right. So I wonder if this person memorized that before they got there. Also, the place I went, I was able to practice drive it on a Sunday. Wow, nice. I think if oh, he's doing the crank. It's like a crazy straight turn. Or that was an S curve, maybe. So different from America, man. You don't have to back up. You don't have to parallel park. You don't have to do anything. You just have to drive around this stupid freaking course. But you have to have it memorized. You have to do it very specifically. Oh, there he goes. He stopped. Nice. And apparently you're not supposed to like. Oh, he's speaking English. I don't know what he said. Let's find out what he said for a second. Let's drive back. Yeah, that's a red light there. Where? I don't see a light. Is this pixel right here? Oh my god. Do you already have a car? How much are they compared to the States? Yuki has a car, so I'll be driving her car. Ooh, he's going up to speed there, sort of. Yeah, I kind of have a car. We have a car. She has a car, and I'm going to be driving her car to work and stuff. She doesn't use it for work. We live really close to her work, so she bikes. And I used to bike to my old company, so we almost never use the damn car. But you should see what I had to do with my CDL. Ooh, I can't even imagine. I've never wanted to get a CDL. I'm not a big fan of giant trucks. そこには看板があるんだ。止まれがあると止まるんだ. I wonder if he stopped for 3 seconds. Does he have to? Oh, I thought he was going to have to go in the S curve from that. That would have been insane. Look at that curve. It's smaller than the freaking car. Is a car? That must be for a motorcycle. There's no way a car can go in there. Okay, he's going to go into this one. Oh, that's going to be fun. Apparently, you're supposed to start putting your blinker on already at this point. Oh, めんどくさそう. Oh god. Such a pain in the ass. When I was in New Zealand, I could have literally just walked in, paid, I think it was $100, and they would have converted my license just like that. I should have done that because I could have brought that back here, and they would have just translated. I would only have to take the paper test, I think, or maybe just paperwork. I don't know. Wouldn't have to do a practical. Oh, that's it. Okay, that should be. Oh, look, that's me. Oh, that's me right now. Let's see what that looks like.
That's it.
Oh, lovely.
Okay.
Anyway, profile picture, PFP. And Jonathan in Serio, thank you for coming to the stream. I didn't notice that was you. Honto? This and that. Ohayo. Ohayo. The crank and the curves, honest, were not too hard. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. I'm not too worried about it. Like, I'm not a terrible driver. It's just I haven't really driven much, to be honest. Like, I got a car when I was 17. And I drove, pretty regularly, almost every day until I was about 24. Oh, no. My car died. So I didn't really drive while I was in university. And then after university, I drove for a year, and then I went to Europe, and I never really drove again. Ethan, yo, how's it going? I didn't see you there. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, so it was all of the LR checks and the blinkers. Yeah, the left-right checks, just you have to like super exaggerate it and super exaggerate it basically. Eric Richards, so what's this? Taking the driving test here? Yes, tomorrow. I'm Jack in your Discord server. Oh yeah, Jack. Jack in the Discord server. Thanks for coming over here. Studying for my driving test. Yes, that's tomorrow. You'll fail the first time. I know. I fully expect to. Although my friend passed the first time. My friend Sean. We'll see. I'm not too worried about it. Let's go ahead and do one of these practice tests so you can see how insanely silly it is. All right, I already did this. I don't need that. Practice tests. Japan practice driving test. There we go. This should be fun. Looks at myself, looks at Psyche. They are the same. Here it is. Okay, so this is pretty much what the real tests are like. Dan, confirm if you're still watching, if this is what it's really like. I have a feeling that this is accurate. So here's the first question. If you're going to drive a motor vehicle, it is important to know the rules of the road and to follow them at all times. Select an answer. True or false? Is that true or false, guys? I'm not confident. What do you think? I think it's true. I'm pretty sure it's true. We're gonna go with true. I think it's probably a good idea to know the rules, and we should probably follow them at all times. I don't know. What do you guys think? You agree? Took me 6 times. Woo, that's rough. Passed on my second, says Dan. The written test is stupid easy. Like, if the light is red, what do you do? Go as fast as you can and hit all the pedestrians. Is it hard to pass the test in Japan compared to other countries like America, that is? I think it's harder to pass the practical because they're just weirdly specific, and it depends on their mood a lot whether they'll pass you or not. But driving around that stupid track is where everything falls apart. Yes. Nah, you could guess the signs as you're driving. Agreed. Let's see. If you consume only a small amount of alcohol or sleeping medication but still feel okay, it is acceptable to operate a motor vehicle. Yeah, man, you get in that perfect level of drunk, you can drive better, right? Of course. False. When you see this sign, you can only proceed in the directions indicated. No, those are the only directions you're not allowed to proceed. You can only turn right. Stupid. This one tripped me up. This one right here. It is okay for a car to is it okay for a car in position A to change lanes? No, this one was fine. This is false. It's not okay because it's a yellow line. But there's one that has just a white line, and I wasn't sure because in the States, a solid white line you're not allowed to cross. It has to be dashed, right? But in Japan, I guess it's okay. America's easier. Yeah, I'm changing from my American one. The States are easier, but the test itself, like the actual skills you have to demonstrate, are harder. Like you have to parallel park, you have to do good backing up and stuff like that. And it's on a real road. Like you're actually doing it on a road. But yeah. No, apparently if it's solid white, you are allowed to cross it here. It's yellow that you can't cross. So I failed that question last time. I passed all of my things on the first try and never even having driven before because it's a lot of common sense stuff if you've been brought up seeing how your parents drive and asking simple cues. Fair enough. I had to have I wanted to get my permit when I was 16, so I had to take a course. It was just one day. It was like I had to take 8 hours of driving lessons, and I did it all in one day, basically. And if I did that, I was allowed to get my permit at 16 and my license at 17 instead of 17 and 18. So I did that, and I failed my first test because after I parallel parked when I was pulling back out on the road, I forgot to put on my blinker. So that failed me. Second time around, I didn't mess that one up. When you see this sign, is it okay to drive on this road? I would say probably not. Probably not. When crossing a railway, should you gear down so that you can accelerate quicker if needed? I have no idea. I think I got this one wrong last time. I'm going to say true. No, probably false. I don't know. I'm going to say true. That was a weird one. There's some weird ones. You'll be going to Kawanakajima. That is correct. It's such a scam. The driving school is right across the way from where you take the test. I know. They want you to go to that driving school. In England, it's harder to pass the theory. Yeah, there was 50 questions on my theory test. On my actual... Yeah, and you have to get most of them right. It's nothing like this. I waited till I was 18 and never needed to drive before that. I did because I was working. False. You have to stop at railroad crossings. I know you have to stop, but when you're in the railroad crossing till you gear down... When you cross. So obviously you stop before, but is it false because that's the trick? It's such poor English. If the trick is no, you need to stop, then yeah, it's false. But this sounds like when I'm already in the middle of crossing it, should I be down a gear? It's a poor translation. In Vegas, they took away parallel parking in test. As long as you have AC, they pass you. Just watch Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift and take it. We should just do that on stream. I wonder if that copyright won't bite me in the ass, right? If there's a long lineup of cars in front of you, behind you, and in front of you at an intersection with a green light, it is acceptable to stop on top of a... No. When you approach an intersection and the light is red, it is acceptable to turn left if there is a sign with a blue arrow pointing left on a white background. Apparently, yes. I've never seen one of these, but apparently that's true. You can turn left if the light is red and there's one of these signs. 知ってた？知ってたよ。見たことないんだけど。なんかワンウェイとか。
ワンウェイのインターセクションがあるでしょ。特別なレフトレーンがあるから。はいはいはいはい。そこは入れるサイン。なるほどね。
Every owner of a motor vehicle must take out a policy of automobile third-party liability insurance. In an accident, the person deemed responsible is required to cover repair costs of the party not at fault. That sounds completely false. So I'm going to say true. Yeah, poor translation. There was an earthquake question about what to do if you have to abandon your car. Wow. No idea. What do you have to do? I'm going to leave. This is boring me. Fair enough. I understand. I'll come back later. You will be welcomed when you come back, Sophia. Yes, you will. True. Thanks. See y'all later. Not sure what the correct answer was for the earthquake, but I passed. Fair enough. Is it okay to stop or park on the white lines on the road in front of a fire department? That sounds completely false. So, definitely false. Submit. I got 10 out of 10. Woo! Oh, yeah. Next test. Oh yeah. I'm only doing these tests to show you an idea of what's going to happen because obviously there's not much I can do to practice for these. Can you shower the examiner with banana ma? I don't know. Like have Yuki do it for me? Just throw bananas at him? I feel like that might work against me. I'm not sure. It could be a good idea though. Based on the given images, answer the following questions as true or false. This sign means no parking or stopping. Sounds true. I don't freaking know. I gotta look at the signs. If it is late at night and the roads are empty, it is acceptable to change lanes here from lane A. The answer is definitely false. That's a tricky question. Oh my god. But it was late. What's for dessert? Tonight dessert is mizumochi? なんだっけ水餅水まんじゅう it's called. I don't think I've ever eaten mizu manju, so we'll see what that is. Dude, it's the driving test you have to practice for. It's very specific, like getting up to 50 kilometers on the back straight. No, I know. I just thought it was funny to show you guys this. But the actual driving part, there's not much I can do because there's no way for me to get a copy of the Kawanakajima map. I can't get one. Like, there's one of the Shiojiri map, but I can't actually do anything about it. And I can't practice because I don't have a permit or an international driving license, like actually driving. So basically, my first time taking the test tomorrow will be my practice. And maybe if I'm super lucky, I'll pass or something. There were no signs on the practical driving course I did my test. What? No signs? Oh, on the practical driving course. What? I'm guessing you'll pussy out by taking the automatic transmission test. Probably. I mean, I can drive manual, but I haven't driven manual in like... My first car was manual. And I would prefer to have the manual license, just in case, because I could drive more K trucks and stuff. So I probably, if I fail the first test, I'll probably go ahead and do the manual one next. Because... the first time I just want to get used to the course. I almost wonder though if taking the manual tests, like I'll have to be more focused. So I wonder if that will help me pass. You have the only manual Honda Fit in all of Japan. Nice. My friend, he took the test as manual, his very first try. And he was in a group with 16 people and he was the only person who passed in his first try. So that's kind of sick. There were actual streetlights though. Oh, okay, yeah. There's actual streetlights on the one I'm about to go do as well. When you see this sign, it is not acceptable to pass the car ahead of you. That makes sense. When a parking space is not available, it is acceptable to park your car along the side of the road in an area that does not have any other parked cars. We'll say false. Like, I don't know, man. I see people do that all the time. But with a yellow blinking light, you can go through the intersection without paying attention to other drivers. That sounds like a wonderful idea. You can turn right even though there is a red light in this situation. That is actually correct. I like those signs. When there are two lanes going in the same direction, a car cannot drive in the right-hand lane unless they are passing a car in the left lane. I mean, technically, yes. But in practice, no. A car cannot pass another at a pedestrian crossing, nor within 30 meters of one. Sounds true. When you see this sign, you should drive with your lights on even during the day. No, that means honk your horn. Is it okay for a car in position A to change lanes? No, it is not. It was custom ordered. What was custom ordered? Ah, nice. 100%, baby. Oh, yeah. Based on the given images, answer the following questions. True or false? Tomare! This sign means proceed with caution. Tomare! Proceed with caution. False. This one mixed me up. It is acceptable to change lanes over a solid white line. I said false. The answer is true. It is acceptable. I passed manual driving test the first time. Granted, it was in the UK and it was the old version of the test, so no theory test was required. Ah, yeah. I don't know. It's been too long since I drove a manual. If I was able to practice even for even an hour before the test in the manual car, I would probably do that, but it's been too long. If there's a crisp space at the 7-Eleven, do you have to be handicapped to park there? No. If you are in a hurry, it is okay if you do not slow down for an ambulance. Of course, if you're in a hurry, it's perfectly fine. False. When a car turns right in an intersection, it moves to the inside of the lane before, then crosses just inside the center of the intersection. It's very specific, definitely true. When turning left on a red, it is okay to turn when the light is red as long as there is no traffic coming and you make a complete stop first. In America, yes. In Japan, no. It is illegal to drive without wearing your seatbelt. Probably. It is okay to drive a manual transmission car if your license states that you are only licensed to drive an automatic car. That is false. In the United States, it doesn't freaking matter. There's just a license. You don't need a special manual license. You can drive any car as long as it's not over a certain weight with a regular license. So in the United States, I just have a regular license and I can drive any type of car. I didn't take a manual test or anything. You don't have to do that. I don't know. I don't get it. I mean, I kind of understand, but it just seems like a pain in the ass way to make more money. Is there a manual test in the States? No. Oh, yeah. You just literally asked that. There isn't. I think there isn't, right? There is not. What is the school you will be taking the test? I'll look it up on Google Maps and get you a satellite view. Ooh, nice. It's the Shinonoi driving course, kinda. I don't know. If somebody is tailgating you, is it legal to stop the car in the middle of the street, get out, and beat that boy like a little punk he is? Of course. Thought so. I can drive both, too. Will you have to use the leaf stickers if you pass? No, I don't think so. But I don't know. I don't think so, though. Because it's technically a translation of my normal license. If I had to get the normal Japanese license, like an actual just straight from the start, from the beginning Japanese license, I think I would have to get the leaf stickers, but it's not that. It's technically a transfer or translation of my actual license. It's all kind of stupid. Like if I was from the UK or in New England, or if I was from the UK, New Zealand, Australia, you literally just fill out a paper and they give you one. You don't have to take a test. Or if you're from Washington State, or I think from, is it New Hampshire or something? I can't remember. There's 2 different states that they'll just give you a license. You have to take a stupid test. But I'll have to use the senior sticker soon. Ooh, you won't need them. When you see this sign, you should be careful for pedestrians. Apparently that was false. I said true, but I think that, I can't remember what this one means, but it's not. I think it's a adult walking a monkey or something. When turning left you should sound your horn if there are pedestrians crossing the street. That sounded really rude, so I said false last time, but apparently that's true. If you're going to drive a motor vehicle, it is important you know the rules of the road. No, definitely should not know the rules of the road. Screw that, just guess. Oh no, it was false. You're not supposed to honk your horn. I thought I got that one right. Whoop. That's good to know. No, it was wrong. You don't honk your horn. I was wrong. I said false last time and I thought I got it wrong, but I guess I didn't.
いつ本鳴らせって書いてあったの？
書いてなかった。間違えた。So yeah, first steps, before getting in the car, make sure you walk around it once and check underneath the front and the back. And you have to look both ways before you go around the other side of the car to check the back. Once you get in the car, be sure to say, Yoroshiku onegai shimasu. Before turning on the engine, adjust your seat, your mirrors, put on your seatbelt, check the mirrors again, and then turn on the engine. The thing that always screws me up when driving cars on the right sides, because I drove quite a bit when we were in New Zealand, and they also drive on the left side. Which one is it? Left side of the road? So the seats are on the right side. Is I mix up the freaking wipers and the signals. Like I always, because in American cars the signals are on the left and the wipers are on the right, but in Japan it's the opposite sides. So I screw that up all the time. Changing lanes and turnings. This seems to be what they care about most. When you change lanes, signal, wait 3 seconds or 6 clicks, and then change lanes. After checking over your shoulder and your mirror. You must check before beginning the lane change. You cannot check and merge at the same time. Left turns in Japan. You have to make sure you stay way to the left when you're turning left in case a moped comes, and look back. Right turn. This is not too difficult. Dress cool biz. Yeah. And you gotta hold 10-20. 10-2, right? Exciting. So here's the Shio GD driving. Is this the video we just watched, or is there another better one? That'd be cool. Oh no, it's the same thing. So this is the stupid, like, there's this, this is the course map. Check this out. This is what they give you at the Shio GD course, and this is how you're supposed to memorize it. So you have to, I don't know what the frick this means. Where is number 1? I'm assuming you start here? This must be the starting point, yeah? Right here? I don't know, can you see my cursor? Yeah, I think you can. So you start here, I think, and then I think, okay, maybe turn here. Oh, that looks like what the person did in the video. And then around down here through the crank over here through the S-turn, go for really freaking fast up to 40 kilometers and then park here. But I don't have one for the Nagano course, and there's none online, so, but that's lovely, right? It's very easy to understand. Actually, it's not that bad now that I've looked closely at it, but it helps me exactly 0. Chain link fences and winkers are the killers. Changing lanes and winkers. Word. Winkers. Is that what you call them in wherever you're from? Winkers? We call them blinkers. Some people call them, what else do they call them? Do I know anyone that calls them winkers? I don't know, it sounds weird. I'm gonna go now. All this driving knowledge is very useful, but I'm not gonna use this for another few years. No worries, man. Have a good day. Bung him a handful of cash and wink at him seductively. I think I'm just gonna wear a mini skirt. A nice long black wig. If some ba-chan is riding her bike in the middle of the lane on a one-way road, is it illegal to use the sidewalk? That looks the same as it did when I took the test. Does it look the same? Where did you take it? Did you take it in Shiojiri or did you take it in Kawanakajima? Yuki is dying from that ba-chan story. いるよね。わかる。おっかないんだよ。怖い。Bicycles are the scariest thing about Japan. Kawanakajima. Is this what it looked like? I think there's like hills and stuff in the middle of the road though. I don't know. Hopefully it's similar. I'm gonna have to go and just see what happens. But anyway, that's about all the studying I need to do. Because what else can I do, really? That's about it. So I think it's almost dessert time. Dessert 食べよう。やったー! It's time for なんだっけ、水まんじゅう? Alright. Switching over to talk. So anyway, guys. That was fun study session. I think I learned a lot. Ah, no, wait. There's one more thing I have to look at. I definitely need to look at the... Ah, shoot. Can I open this? No, it's not gonna. To do this and then do this. That didn't work. Okay. I have to look up driving signs. Signs. Road signs, Japan. There we go. There we go. Okay, that's the one thing I do need to kind of go over a little bit. Okay, let's take a look at these. Closed to all motor vehicles. Road closed. That is a tiny freaking sign. Can we make that a little bigger? Yes, we can. Let's go full screen. Tomare. No. Tsuko shi...
通行止め
Tsuko dome. Dome. Gotcha. It's time for Kit Kats. No, it's flat. Is it flat? Oh, that's good. I thought I saw big hills and crap there when I drove by. No entry, no U-turn, closed to bicycles, only designated directions, of course. No crossing. What? Is that what that sign means? Okay, that one's a little confusing. Closed to all vehicles except motorcycles. Okay, very specific. No passing, no parking or stopping, no parking. Two of those means no stopping. This I would assume would mean no nothing. Time limited parking zones, of course. Weight limit, 5.5 tons, I'm assuming. Does everyone know how much their car weighs? Limited width, limited height. Is it always the same numbers? I'm assuming not. Oh, it's got the T if it's limited weight. It's got the little triangle things with an M if it's limited height, and width has them on the side. Okay, that's what it is. It's not the actual numbers. Also, there is a pre-drive car walk-around. Like, you have to check the tires and other crap. Yeah. You got to check under the front, check under the back. Did you study that? Yes, I studied that. Do I study what? The going under the front of the car and stuff? Yeah. I read about that. I already read about most of that stuff. Tonight was just sort of going through this. I don't think they link my link went through chat. No, I don't think you're able to share links, unfortunately, on YouTube. That's okay. Maybe I'll look it up. I'll look it up quick on Google Maps. Oh, that works. That works too. Patreon. Thank you. Maximum speed limit 50. Minimum speed limit. Motor vehicles only designation for highways. One way. Bicycles and pedestrians. Pedestrians only. Pedestrians only. That's why it wasn't be careful for pedestrians. It's a confusing sign. Sound your horn. Slow down. Two-step right turn for mopeds. Okay. Stop, of course. Tsuko dome. Close to pedestrians. Crossing pedestrians. I can't read that kanji. Kinshi, something kinshi. Left turn permitted on red light. I've never seen that sign, but I've never actually looked for it either. Warning signs, crossroad, road branch right, T intersection, straightforward, roundabout. There's very few of those, unfortunately. Other dangers, school, kindergarten, nursery. Yeah, that's I always try and figure out how it would be possible that the tires would look like that. Just seems weird. Hump or dip. Road entry left. Fewer lanes. Dangerous hill upwards. Dangerous hill downwards. Side wind. Danger animals crossing. We have monkey signs here in Nagano. Abreast riding permitted. Stopping permitted. Parking permitted. Right of way. Center lane. Center line. Stop line. Pedestrian crossing. Oh, that one I've seen. Bicycle crossing zone and safety zone. All right, guys, we are ready to go. Here's the link. It's a ton of fun. Join the Discord. Thank you. Let's bring this up while I look at my Patreon to see if I got that link from Walter. I did. Thank you, sir. I've got a random question too. Maps. Oh, that just brought up the whole of Kawanakajima. これなのかな? Yuki brought it up. Hokushin. Let's just bring this back up. Display. Hokushin. Hokushin. 免許センター出てきた。これ最初のやつだよね。 あ、免許センターがこれで出てくるかな。あ、すごい。
それです。
これですかね。
はい、
あれ2つあるんだね。
違う違う、後ろはドライビングスクールなの。
ああ、どうやってそのビューが出てきたんですか？
このマップを押す。
ああ、はいはいはい。Yuki understands very well. I think that is it. I am not 100% sure. That is Kawanakajima, yes. Okay, so here is... これ
そう、それ。
これは何なの？これThis is the driving school. Okay, that's what I saw. I saw this when I went by because I was like, oh my god, there's like hills and shit. Looked all complicated. Okay, so this is exactly like that map we just looked at. It might be the exact same course. Can I like rotate? Probably can't rotate. Let's go ahead and bring up that other. Thank you, Walter. And Shiojiri Driving Center. This one. All right. They might have the exact same course. That would make my life easier. I wonder if they do the same. It's a little different, isn't it? A little bit different. So Yuki's dying just looking at this thing. It's such a disaster. What is this? Seriously. It's useless. Alright, so it looks like we're probably going to start here. I don't know if we're going that way. ここかな？ここで始まるんじゃねえか。ここで始まるの？ここでしょ？ここ？
違うと。
ここか。ここから始まるんだ。
どこ
ここ。
あ、そこかもしれ
Right
ない。
here. And then we probably come like around here.
確かにそこかもしれないよね。
S turn.
本当だ。
The hell if okay, this doesn't look as bad as I was expecting. The one I saw when I was actually in the when I was biking by, I was bicycling by to the high school I was going to, was this. And this has got like, there's like a hill here, there's all kinds of stoplights and shit. This looks like a stop light, maybe.
インターセクションでしょ？普通のトラフィックライトがあると思う、そこは。ここは止まれがあるよ、ここきっと。
ここね。Then this is probably the S curve. One of these S curves I have to go through, I assume. And here's the crank. Oh, here's stoplights. I don't know. I'm just gonna, hopefully they'll give me a map and let me walk it. You start on the bottom. Over here. Or over here. でも彼やったことある、ここで。
あ、そっか。そうか、エリックが聞いてくれる。
エリックはやったことあるんだ。
エリックにお願いする。お願いだ。
But I'm assuming here, next to the road, yeah. Whatever. They're gonna have to give me a map. I'm probably just gonna have to fail it once and see what happens. So that's that. Should be fun. あ、じゃあここに行くんだ。
そうです。
なるほどね。
そうです。
これ何なの？食べれる。
それつけ麺屋さんじゃない？
つけ麺屋さんか。The big building with the white roof is where you start. This one here. Oh, you start here.
ここなんだ。
Interesting. Alright, well. Should be fun. Probably, I bet you we go here. これ？
これ何？
Roundabout かな？なんだろう。It's probably a figure eight for motorcycles. ここに turn over. I bet you we go this way. And then this way. And then here.
どこ行った今？
And then here.
こっちは何？こっち。
知らんよ。ここ車のためなのかな？これの方が大きい。This is bigger. This is the bigger crank. So we're probably going into this crank. And then this is the S curve for the cars. I don't freaking know. It's useless. Top Gear course. Watch out for the Gambon's corner. Oh yeah. The big building with the white hood. Right. Okay. It's enough of that. It is what it is. I'll pass. Or I won't. Let me just switch cameras. And it's time to eat food. Yay! 水まんじゅう。水まんじゅう。Anyway, guys, what did you guys eat for dessert today? Does anyone else have dessert to eat along with us? Bam. Oh, I gotta bring down the ISO. Turn this on autofocus. Bam. Sit back a little bit. Autofocus off. Super wide angled. Woo! Hey, Jenna. Hey. So, tonight, we have Yuki.
Hi.
Hi. The crappy thing is if you fail mid-test, they tell you to go back to the start and you don't get to practice any other sections. Oh my god, that would be so shit. If you fail any part of it, you fail it all. There are some people that I have seen fail in like 2 turns. That'll be me. If that happens, maybe I'll just sign up for like a practice. Because you could sign up at the driving school for like it's not that expensive to go drive that course, practice that course a couple times. It might be worth just doing that. But anyway, tonight we have Mizu Manju. Water Manju. I have no idea what that is. This one looks like it has Zundan. Zundan. And this one is Koshian. Zundan は何なの? What is Zundan?
枝豆の甘いペーストですよ。
枝豆 sweet edamame paste. Zundan sweet edamame paste. Walter said, Sensei! Yuki sensei!
嘘、私先生
そうですよ。
よろしくお願いします。
You can make a few mistakes in Kyushu. Really?
Oh.
Nah, it's any mistakes and you fail here. And they generally don't really tell you much. I think it's very random. Apparently, like if you look at the reviews for the one that I'm going to, there's like tons of complaints about how racist they are. It's really bad. Apparently, it's mostly towards East Asian and Indian people, unfortunately. But it's really bad. Apparently, all the reviews on there, like how nasty the proctors are and stuff. Not looking forward to it, guys. I took my test 20 years ago, so I might be wrong on a few things. Fair enough. I doubt it's changed much in 20 years. This is Japan we're talking about. じゃあ Yuki はどっちがいい?
Yuki ね、ずんだ。
ずんだ。俺もずんだ。ずんだ。Wow, what is this? It's like jiggly. It's like silicone.
てかさ、ねえねえねえ、ちょっと。
Silicone. ねえねえ何?
I have a question. Everyone knows what manju is.
Does everyone know? You can ask.
できないと。まんじゅうって知ってます？
もうちょっと大きい声でお願いします。They assume that since you aren't Japanese, you learned incorrectly. I mean, if by correctly they mean ritualistically, so that I do every step perfect like a tea ceremony, they're correct. But I didn't learn correctly. But that's pretty much what the test is. Konnyaku and something gay in the middle. Pretty much.
Konnyaku?
Konnyaku. This is konnyaku.
Konnyaku, I understand. We'll see.
これこんにゃく?
違います。
何ですか? 日本語でいいぜ. Guess we have to. I ripped the Zydio list.
大丈夫。さ、
うん。
でんぷんだと思うんです。
でんぷんって何? あ、でんぷんって何?
スターチだと思う。
Starch? Some kind of starch. Anyway, let's go ahead and see what it's like. Racism in any form is intolerable. The things we're going through now in America is beyond belief, but I hope everyone is having a good morning, evening, or night. Yeah, America is insane right now. I was just looking at Twitter and I saw a video. It was rough. I'm pretty sure the dude... It was not the original video, which I've also seen, which is also painful to watch. This guy was bleeding all over the place and broken neck, broken arms and stuff, and I'm pretty much left for dead, beaten up by a crowd of 20 rioters. So, it's kind of crazy. They assume that since we have to drive on the wrong side of the road where we come from, we don't know how to drive. There's also a lot of politics involved, I think, Eric. Like, there's... In most countries, Japan has been able to make some agreements with those countries, because it's just a single country, right? With the UK, they have to make one agreement. So Japanese people go to England and they can get a test by doing a certain thing, just by filling out a paper. English come here, they fill out a paper, done. Same with New Zealand, Australia, right? One. But in the United States, we have 50 states, and every single one has a different licensing procedure. So for Americans to be able to have an agreement with Japan to get their licenses correctly, Japan would have to make agreements with every single state in the United States, one by one, so that when Japanese people went there, that they could take their test. That they would be able to just fill out a paper and do their thing. And 2 states have done that, Washington State and I can't remember the other one, but there's 2 states that have made an agreement with Japan. So if Japanese people go to those states, they can get their driver's license by just filling out a paper. And if they come to Japan, they can just fill out a paper and get their license. So it's politics. But I'm not saying that, so I'm agreeing that's not racism. What I'm saying is people are claiming is racist is that the driving instructors at this particular place say very racist things to the people who come in, and there's lots of complaints on Google. Whether they are or not beats me. I've never been there. So anyway, let's see what edamame paste inside of silicone tastes like.
いただきます。
Well,
wow.
tastes like sweet edamame inside of silicone. Sweet edamame inside of silicone.
So,
It's a little better than silicone, but let's see if you can get a good look at that. No. I can't touch this. I have to get this in front of my face so that Canon... Stop looking at her! No! Look at my thingy. Here. I can't get it to focus on this because I can't touch the screen to make it focus. Maybe if I do this? Whatever. Oh! I did it! Look at that.
なんかこれ美味しくないね。
It doesn't look good, but it ain't bad. Don't do it, Yuki! I want to ask Yuki what's the hardest thing about being married to a hairy gaijin. Don't do it, Yuki! What's the hardest thing about being married to a hairy gaijin? Well, for starters, she's not married yet.
そうだね。
That's the hardest part. She's not.
Not married yet.
Yay, another thing we make needlessly complicated here. Indeed. I mean, state sovereignty has some good things, like is being sort of exemplified now, maybe, with the military being, well, the military's coming in. Photogenic だって。
何フォトジェニックって。
キャメラに映ったら、可愛いってこと。Interesting. Interesting snack. I've had worse things. You have to try it.
褒められて嬉しみ。
She's very happy for the compliment. ありがとうって。
ありがとう。
どう？美味しかった？あんまり？あんなに食べたかったのに。こっち、特にこっちがあんまり美味しくないってこと？それとも水まんじゅうが。
I really like 水まんじゅうだよ。だけどちょっとこれは。
OK。
なんかシリコン感が。
シリコン感。俺がそれ言ったからそれ考えちゃって食べたからじゃない。
だけどこのシリコンパートが超ティックだよね。普通のやつよりも。
So the regular ones they don't have. They usually have more filling, less silicone.
で多分ちょっとお餅が入ってると思う。
Carpe Diem said, Yuki, get your website sorted. It's kind of my job, isn't it? We just got her that. Well, I don't know if you were here last week, but we just got her a computer, so she can start working on some of that stuff a little bit more. But she's still in the middle of working on. Well, no, she just finished the charity pieces.
Yes,
the next thing that we're going to be doing is as a promotion on the Patreon, and this will be applied to current patrons as well, and new patrons. We're gonna be making it's not, the design isn't completely decided yet, but a special like pin badge for new members and for old members that is Ando-san themed that Yuki's gonna make. So that should be cool. And then hopefully we'll focus on getting her website finished a bit. Kyushu Trail, Yuki-san! Hi, Andy. Hi, Kyushu Trail. Congratulations on 1,000 subscribers! Woo-hoo! Fireworks! I can't make fireworks, but... Yay! 1,000 subscribers! It's exciting! You're almost at 100,000 views, I think, too. I checked the other day. I was like, you gotta be getting close after looking at that 69,000 viewed Inunaki Tunnel video. 1,010, baby! Woo! Remember when we all sort of started at the same-ish time and had like 100 subscribers? It's been a fun ride, hasn't it?
Kyushu Trail must know.
Kyushu Trail, you're the king of manju. Do you like mizu manju? That's tonight's snack. We have mizu manju with edamame, sweet edamame, and with regular zunda. Yeah, haha. Yuki didn't like this one much because there's not enough filling. Look at that. It's lovely. I've been subscribed since I had more subscribers than you. I know, you've been one of my subscribers for a very long time. Pretty close to the beginning. I don't know mizu manju. Really? It's mizu. Like, it's like a silicone stuff with stuff in the middle. That should explain it. Mizu manju. I'm not the biggest Tsubuan fan.
This is Koshian though.
Koshian. Same thing.
Graded.
Meh.
Sweet bean.
I know, it's not water. It's just what it's called, man. Anyway. I mean, meh. It's okay. Yuki said this one in particular is not too special. She actually really loves mizu manju, but not this one. Yeah.
ちょっとこれはチープなやつだったね。
これはチープなやつだって。Your Patreon is awesome, by the way. I can't wait for more content. Thank you, Lord Fire. The next set of content will be coming out this Sunday. I'm glad to hear you're enjoying it. It's a kind of gelatin, but I don't know what it's made from. I don't either.
It's not gelatin. It's gluten. あれなんだっけ、グルテンじゃなくて、
でもそれジェラテンだよ。でも多分スターチはジェラテンになれる。
あ、まあ。
でんぷん？
でんぷんはスターチです。
でんぷん。
でんぷんはスターチね。
I don't know.
白いパウダーだよ。片栗粉。あれはポテトスターチでしょ。あれ。
ここに入ってる。
ここっていうかこのシリコンはあれじゃねえかって思うんですけど。
このシリコン。To be honest, mizu manju doesn't look great. It's okay. It's okay. I'd like to try one that has more filling. I think the edamame one was better.
あ、そう？
なんだっけ、edamameじゃなくて、ずんだん。I see. Anyway, さっきの質問だけど、Eric asked, what's the hardest part of being with a hairy gaijin?
それさ、hairy のところを聞いてる？それとも普通のレギュラーhardest part を聞いてる？
She's asking if the hairy part is difficult in particular, or if just in general you're asking Eric, what's the most difficult thing about being with a gaijin? For those of you who don't know, gaijin is Japanese for foreigner. Some people don't like that term. I don't really care. It's just what people call non-Japanese people in Japan. But Japanese people call non-Japanese people outside of Japan gaijin as well, which is a little weird because when they're in other countries, they're the gaijin actually. But it's a little weird. I don't know. Anyway,
まあ
どっちもヘアリーが問題ですか？
まあそれはうん
問題で
The
すか？
hair is the biggest problem.
Biggest problem? 本当かな、嫌いなの？
うんいい感じ
いい感じ。That sounds like a good problem. She likes the
なんか
hair.
the arm hair reminds me my pets でしょ
This hair reminds her of her pets. Same Japanese. Some Japanese people say gaijin-san, which I think sounds kind of cute. Yeah, fair enough. Gaijin-san.
戦争みたい
戦争？
戦争の時みたい、
あ、戦争の時みたい。gaijin-san.
外人さん
I've heard gaijin-san quite a bit. あと、usually from older people.
うん
あの外人さんは
うん
かっこいいねとかって。
うん、
あとなんだっけ、外国人 is
まあ
the
そう
polite version of
そうそう
gaijin.
そう
But
そう
and you have too
あ
much logic to be on the internet. I have too much logic to be on the internet. Yeah, I don't know what brought me here. I've just always kind of liked the internet, so here I am. My wife's hardest problem is going out in public with me, and I'm just not very civilized. He said Japanese women love hairy backs. Alright, regular in general. What's the hardest part about dating a foreigner? A non-Japanese person. My arms are so skinny. Where'd they go? Oh well.
あ、
うん
I have to drive every time
それは外人だからじゃないか。そして明日から変わるかもしれない。That's the hardest part about dating me, is that she has to drive if we have to go anywhere where driving is required. Fair enough. That should be solved soon. Step 1. Leave the club in the loincloth at home. It's a good step. You should, at least the club. The loincloth depends on the situation, I suppose. But it gets pretty hot here. あ、まだある？
わかんない
ほんと？いいよ。
でも大使館に行かなきゃいけない
ん？
もし結婚するとしたら
何何？
We have
Ah,
to go to the embassy
That's
でし
the
ょ
hardest part about dating a foreigner?
うん
She says the hardest part about dating a foreigner is that if we get married, we have to go to the American embassy in Tokyo to fill out paperwork. That's the hardest part about dating me. That's not so bad. Could be
マ
worse.
ジだって4時間だよ車で
Hardest part about dating me is 4 hours by car to the embassy of the United States of America. Very straightforward. I wouldn't say it's a big problem, but my wife doesn't like people staring at her after they finish staring at me.
どういう
American. Oh, that part isn't hard. The staring? Yeah, no. But we've only been together for, what, like 4.5 years? So I'm sure that more problems will emerge. Or like if we get married, probably the moment that the paper is signed, then she'll hate everything about me, probably. That's my suspicion. 冗談だよ. Just kidding. So anyway, guys. There's like silicone in my teeth.
Sure.
Silicone in my teeth. I'm sure. Anyway. I'm sure there's other things that she's just not telling you guys because she's so polite. She won't tell me either. I'm always asking the same kind of questions. ねえねえ、俺、なんか嫌いなところないの？教えてよ。変えたいの。Where was the first date? I taught her to snowboard. I took her snowboarding. That was our first date.
本当だ
We met a couple times before that. I had a lot of friends. We all go out to karaoke every couple weekends, and we'd be out all night. But then the first date was snowboarding. I taught her to snowboard. It was early in the season. This mountain had just opened. Or was it late in the season? No, it was early in the season. So the mountain wasn't... It was open. But we didn't get a pass or anything. We just walked up the hill. And I helped her get her board ready and stuff. And Yuki, what are some things that gaijin do that you have seen that make you want to cringe? Oh my god, so many things. Cringe ってなんか、とか嫌なことってこと。
私があなたに、
うん、俺にじゃなくて私たちが他の外人がやってることが嫌だったとか。まあ俺でもいいけど。It's much harder to register a child as an American than it is to register a wedding. I imagine that would be a lot harder, just especially figuring out what their nationality is and stuff.
Wow.
I've seen a lot of stuff, man. Gaijin smash is a popular term here in Japan, which is basically doing things that wouldn't be considered culturally appropriate for a Japanese person and getting away with it because you're a foreigner. That whole thing in Tokyo where people ride around in go-karts dressed up as Mario characters, that's obnoxious, I think. I was pretty happy that company got hammered by Nintendo.
ねえねえ、このクリンジのやつはもう終わった？
今のそれ話してる。その東京のゴーカートみたいなやつ。
あ、そうか。
Like being loud and obnoxious. Yeah, that's one thing.
あれはサムとさ、公民館でファイトになった。
Ah, yeah, yeah.
ね、
When I was, there's a good one. That's a good one.
あれは外人だよね。
I help out at this community center nearby, and they do a fall festival every year where we carry, and the spring festival where we carry around the shrine. We carry it all around town. Omikoshi. I do them every fall and spring. They're not happening this year, but that's really sad. I did like 9 of them last year. But anyway, the first one I ever did, and that I continue to do for about 6 years, every spring and fall, was nearby. It's a community center, and we carry the shrine around to like different houses where maybe a wedding happened or a new house was bought or a baby was born. We carry them around, we sing this chant. And they don't have enough people to do it. Usually younger people don't really help out, Japanese younger people. So it's just a bunch of old guys, and it's really hard for them to carry this super heavy thing. It's heavy. So I usually will get a bunch of my friends to come, Japanese and foreign friends, to come and help. So I usually tell them they can bring their friends as well. So I had a friend, and she brought some of her coworkers. And 2 of them... Oh, and one thing I have to preface this with is when you go to the houses, you're given free alcohol. Like when you stop at the houses, half the houses have sake and beer out for you to stop and drink before you move on to the next house. And then before we start, everyone has a beer. And then at the end, everyone has a few more beers at the Kominkan, at the community center. And we eat and stuff. So anyway, this guy got stupid and started a fight in the community center with a bunch of old dudes around. This stupid 25-year-old foreigner. The way I say that, if anyone in the United States heard me say that, I'd be screwed right now. But we're talking about Japan here, a foreigner within Japan. Started a fight, and it was turned into a fist fight. I literally had to carry the guy outside, put him on the ground outside of like the main hall, and I was like, get out, get out. I kicked the guy out, and I kicked his friend out too, that he was starting to fight with. So stupid. And then they went outside, and apparently they had a bit of a fight outside. But yeah, stuff like that. Oyaji, is that the right word? Oyaji? An old man? Oyaji あんまり使わないんだね。
Oyaji だと、なんていうのかな。
It's kind of it's not derogatory, but it's like old man. Old geezer, I feel like is what we would somewhat translate. An old geezer. Oyaji. Maybe not. おやじバンドとかでもあるよね。おやじ。だからちょっとさ、なんか it's a strange word. おやじ。なんだっけ。
難しいね。
ね。
おばばみたいなやつ。
Old man grandpa. All right, Gramps. Or the Gramps. I think Gramps would be a good way to translate it. The Grandpa band. Oyaji sounds like what I'd call my father. Oh yeah, some people would use it for father. 親父が。九州トレイル、親父って呼んでるの？His father.
ああ。まあでもちょっとやんちゃって
You can use that.
ワイルド。
それも使えるんだね。It sounds a little wild, old man. But yeah, I've heard people use it for their father, especially older people. 親父がなんとかしたとかって感じって聞いたことあるんだな。 Have you ever ran into that weird YouTuber named Chris Broad? No, I haven't had the fortune of running into Chris Broad yet. I'm not quite at that level of YouTube echelon. I think it's 1 or 2 steps up from where we're at right now. There's not really much in between here in Japan. There's us little guys. Then there's like people who did a house tour and immediately got 13,000 subscribers and then never made another house tour again, so they never grew from there. So there's that level of YouTuber in Japan. And then there's the Chris Broad level and like Japanese girls teaching Japanese. That's a whole different level. I'm nowhere near there yet. Never met Chris Broad. He's never been to Nagano. Like he just he released a map of all the places he'd been. He's never been to Nagano. Nagano City, at least. He went to Hakuba, but he never came to Nagano City. That surprised me. He went to a lot of cool places. And then there's Kyushu Trail level. Yeah, he's on a whole different level, man. You mountain climbers. That's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be one of you. But I didn't have time to climb enough. I will bug him on his comments for an interview. Thank you. That'd be pretty sick. I wonder if we'd get along. I don't know. I usually get along with most people. I especially like English and Scottish guys. For some reason, I get along with them really well. A lot of my best friends when I've been traveling have been either British or Scottish or Irish. I guess that's a pretty broad range of people. Anyway. さてと、9時15分ですね. Never heard from Gus tonight, so I guess we're not going to do the reaction video for Sans fight. I guess I'll do that when I do the next gaming stream.
サンズが来た。
Sandy noises.
あ、間違えた。サンズじゃん。
I wanted to be one of you.
全然違う
何
人。
Ah. Sad Andy noises. I wanted to be one of you. I don't get it. You're gonna have to explain that to me.
名前じゃなかった。
そう、名前じゃなかったんですよ。それ、Sophia's Animation Studio だった。
ミスだし。
Happy Tuesday, Simpy! Everything safe and sound over there?
Simpy
Well, I know it's
da.
not safe and sound, but I hope that your family is at least. It's good to see you. We're just wrapping up.
You should mention what you ate.
Oh, yeah, I was just about to do that. We just had Mizu Manju, which is basically, I don't know. It's like
The silicone.
The
edible silicone.
Yeah, edible silicone, basically. That's basically what it is. These weren't the best ones that we've ever had. But anyway. Crazy Bull! Hello, hello! Unfortunately, guys, we're winding down here. But what is the definition of weeaboo? Weeaboo? It's not really Japanese, is it? I think that's just an English speaker's term. I just asked my wife, and she says the hardest thing about being with a foreigner is dealing with each other's families. Ooh, I love Yuki's family. They're awesome. And she gets along with mine really well, too. Samiula. Hello. How's it going? Those look like gummy eggs. They do, kind of, but they're nothing like gummy eggs. Okay, I now have a clean 2-year-old. Oh, yeah, Mr. H. They're like, there's some kind of starch. Oh, let's give you a closer look. There's some kind of starch that's turned into a gelatin and then stuffed with, this one has like, let's see if I can get that on screen. This one has sweet edamame mashed up, basically. And these ones have anko, which is like a mashed up type of red bean. And the outside is like a weird starch gelatin-like base. But most of them usually have more filling. These ones didn't quite have hardly any. It was mostly just that weird gelatin stuff that had pretty much no flavor. But good night, Jonathan in stereo. Thanks for stopping by.
Good night.
And Americans love hugging. You don't have a father-in-law yet. Well, not really, but they're pretty awesome. And they treat the other, the sister-in-law, the brother-in-law quite well, so I'm not too worried about that. If some of your friends are Irish, then we will get along well. Absolutely. One of my best friends from when I was in New Zealand is Irish. We got along really well. Oh man, dealing with my in-laws is a struggle. Oh, I'm sorry. I think in-laws can be a struggle for anyone, regardless of their culture. Whether it's, Japanese American or American or Japanese in-laws can be tough. But I'm pretty lucky. Catch you later, dude. See you later, Eric. Thanks for stopping by. Are we prepared for the driving test? For the most part, I think as prepared as I can be. Like, without actually getting to practice on the course, there's not much else I can do. I took the practice tests. We'll see what happens. I might not even, like, my friend went today, and he had a new passport. So he spent an hour doing an interview, an hour waiting again after the interview. And finally they asked to see his passport, and it was a new passport. So he couldn't prove that he had driven for a total of 3 months in America in his life. So they won't let him take the test, which means he has to start from zero and get a regular license like regular Japanese people. So it's going to take a month. So I'm sure something like that could easily happen. So ridiculous. So I'm as prepared as I can be. But anyway. But yeah, tonight was fun. Thank you for studying with me, guys, and thanks for having a snack. Thanks for joining.
You're welcome.
どうだったか?
水まんじゅうは I can't recommend it.
She can't recommend these 水まんじゅうだよね。水まんじゅうは好きでしょ？
そう、水まんじゅうはね、美味しいんですよ。
だよね。
普通。
でも俺初めてで、嫌いではない。好きでも嫌いでもないかな。I don't love them, I don't hate them. They're okay. She couldn't recommend this particular brand, but maybe next time. おやすみなさい, Walter. Have a good night. Wait, day?
おやすみなさい。
Day?
あれ?
My in-laws are alright. But think about your own parents. But think about your own parents that can be a pain in the butt sometimes too. So, you know, yeah. Agreed. Fair enough. There's definitely always issues with family, man. What can you do? So anyway, guys, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for hanging out. And I hope that I get to see some of you guys again on Sunday. And maybe next Tuesday for an actual game. And I'll get to tell you whether or not I passed the test. I'm assuming no, but we'll see. Thank you to my patrons. And stay safe, guys. Stay safe especially if you're in America right now. Or anywhere in the world, because it's not like infectious diseases aren't still a problem. But anyway, thank you, Sophia. Thanks for coming. I know it wasn't an exciting stream tonight, but there's always next time. But anyway, guys, have a great night. なんか anything? なんか言いたいことがありますか?
Have a good night.
いいね. Alright. Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Or day.
Or day, yes. Exactly. 2020. We went into the wrong timeline, guys. Wrong timeline. I think we gotta find a way to get back into the other one. But for now. Anyway, thank you. Thank you for the good luck. Good night. Have a great day, guys. See you later.